Now, the violence of Brazil's drug trade can't even be contained by prison walls. So 10 inmates are dead in Alcacuz Penitentiary. That's as rioting prisoners went on a rampage. The latest massacre follows a week of prison violence right across the country that left more than 100 dead. So rival drug gangs regularly clash over territory and trafficking routes and turf wars, both outside and inside of prison. Some gang bosses even run the show from behind bars. And prisons are always packed way past capacity, so Alcacuz has regularly housed as much as double the numbers it was originally built to hold. Well, the last major riot there was just over a year ago. And with the Brazilian economy in recession, prison reform is a low priority, but the recent uptick in violence is creating pressure to take some sort of action. Daniel Schweimler has more from Sao Paulo.
Remote, isolated and often forgotten, the state of Brazil's jails only comes to public attention when the system breaks down, when the inmates riot, when they're killed. Prisons built for 400,000 house nearly twice that many.
There are 7 men sharing this room. It's 1.4 square meters. Some of us sleep in the toilet area. We don't have mattresses. We sleep in our t-shirts. I've been here for 26 days, and I wasn't even supposed to be here because I'm meant to be in the semi-open system.
We're not feeling well. It's packed here. There's nowhere to sleep. There are 18 of us in here. Please, can you help us? We want 5 or 6 people out of here. There's no space to sleep.
With Brazilian recession and drug-fueled crime, especially in the burgeoning shanty towns, on the rise, many see reform of the prison system as a low priority and prefer to see prisoners sent to distant jails, out of sight.
There's been a historical lack of interest by the government in the prisoners. On the other hand, the prisoners' population has been growing fast, and nowadays we see places like these that represent the failure of the penitentiary system.
Prison reform groups say guards are underpaid, poorly trained and open to corruption, allowing drugs, weapons and phones into the cells. The families can only watch and wait, uncertain about the fate of their loved ones. It could take years to reform Brazil's prison system, overcrowded, underfunded and corrupt. Meanwhile, the authorities can only try to contain a situation which is at breaking point. Desperate, they do what they can to keep their family members alive and well.
We have biscuits, chicken and cigarettes. It's for my brother, but also for his colleagues, since some of their families don't come here, so they share.
Nearly half of prisoners are still awaiting trial. With the absence of authority in many jails, inmates are forced to seek the protection of gangs, who often supply much-needed provisions.
There's no medication. When our families try to bring it, they don't let them give it to us.
The government has promised a better future, building new prisons and sending in extra security. For most in Brazil's jails, brimming with anger and frustration, that future can't come soon enough. Daniel Schweimler, Al Jazeera, Brazil.